Hello everyone, welcome to your daily card reading for July 14th, 2014. And I did record yesterday for the weekly, but I have to redo a couple parts because there were no sound and kind of long, so I think I'm going to have it in two parts. But anyway, I'm going to draw one card today from the Tree Magic and 4 cards from the Chicken deck. Okay, we have Prosperity, and it's the laburnum tree. Never know how to pronounce that, but it says, be vigilant and receptive. A golden treasure may have more potential than meets the eye. We have Kachinas, which has to do with the nature spirits and kind of synchronicity, kind of everything that comes into play that shapes our life experience. And Artiko Aindada, who represents somebody who is trapped for a while and then they are set free. They do get the life they want later. So really has to do with both social imprisonment and then like physical imprisonment, this card. And we have Zodi, which is the life path, who we are and what we're here to do, and how we're meant to express ourselves, and the projects that we come up with, and the people we're supposed to relate to. You know, this is like our divine life path, the most meaning we can have in our life. You know, make our time here worth it. And Amida, which is forgiveness and protection. So it's interesting, we have her next to Zodi. This was kind of in the weekly reading too, but I would say when people cut us off from our life's path, or when we're unable to be fully on our life's path, it creates anger. Actually, in Chinese medicine, they say anger is an indicator that your creative space is being destroyed. So your right to be here to create the life you want and create the things you want, and to be, a creative force, be a spark of the divine, be a spark of God, be a spark of the intelligence and, love of this universe, to be that spark and express it. When we are put out in our fire and when we are put out in our life path, then it makes us angry. Or even if it's just a part of our life path, it makes us angry. So it's really, the anger is an indicator there's something wrong, and you're not supposed to stay in the anger. You kind of get your information on it, figure out why you're having it. Oh, sorry. I guess that wasn't very focused. And anyway, figure out why you're having it, and do what you need to do to eliminate or put up boundaries so that something is not coming into your personal space and blocking you in your life path and your creativity. So, and then, a lot of times, and then when we're in this situation, that's when we feel imprisoned, when our life path, like Zodi, is being, blocked or inhibited. It's our prison, that we feel imprisoned because we're not living the way we want to. We're not living with our mind and our heart. and our passion and doing the things we want to do. So the imprisonment, it can be, social imprisonment, or it could be physical imprisonment in some way, where we're physically kind of dependent on things. We can't get out of a situation because of the physical constraints. And, with Kachinas here next to Erika Waindata, that's saying that, things are working for you to free yourself. And, we have the 2 2s here. So whenever I see the doubles, I always like double numbers. So this is the master builder, actually making things in the physical world step by step, creating what you want to create. So this looks hopeful for kind of your release from prison, or whatever might be imprisoning you, or maybe it's someone around you. But and it's funny, because if someone around us is imprisoned, it affects us, where a part of us becomes imprisoned too. And it's very hard when we don't have the people in our life that they're supposed to be in our life, and it's like they might, mentally or emotionally die, or physically they're caught up with things, and that's hard, and it shuts down a part of everybody who needs that person. So that's the way I usually see it, is that part of me gets imprisoned because of the other people who are in this state of imprisonment. But even for our own lives, we can make the best of it and move on and do what we can. If we can't repair relationships or get them back, or if they have to stay at a distance, then that's okay. We just have to do everything we can as an individual to have our own heart and our own mind and our own life and our passions, and that will bring the prosperity. And really, prosperity, it's not just to be prosperous in life. It's just to have. It's not about having a lot of resources or money, but just kind of having a lot of connections or abundance in different ways. Although a lot of times it does come out in terms of resources and money, but it doesn't have to. So this prosperity, it's also a liberating thing. Lack of money can kind of imprison us sometimes. It's true. They say money can't make you happy, but it can make you unhappy. And you could say, well, you don't want to be unhappy if you don't have money. And you can do your best to not be happy, but I mean, being practical, it translates into energetics, where you're not being provided for by life, by the people around you, by your jobs, or your clients, or your work. Your work is not really providing for you, or or maybe even people are taking from you. So you're getting provided for, and then you're losing it to some drain. A lot of times, I mean, I can't tell you how many times it was like just I'd get a penny and then it was taken from me in the next minute. And it's the concept of the energy involved in the money is frustrating and imprisoning. It's just the same as our life path, where we have a right to be honored for our work and to be provided for our contributions, and also to be able to do what we want with our hard-earned money, not have to pay this or that because we're being forced to by crazy constraints and imprisonments of society, or institutions, or whatever. And so be vigilant. Be aware, be on guard, be aware of everything, but at the same time be receptive. So and then the golden treasure that may have more potential than meets the eye. It's like sometimes small things end up being huge, or, a lot of times we'll scrape by, but, have faith. If you can scrape by, that is like a powerful carpet ride, I mean, the money situation in the worldwide is insane. I mean, there's so many resources, and it's not distributed the way it should be, and, there's 3 times the amount of food that can feed everybody in the world, and there are people who are starving. There's just a lot of things that don't make sense, and they're not right, and they're not good, and it comes out in the terms of money, or the terms of abundance. But do what you can to rely on, everything that's in your life of value, or whatever you can do, and imprisonment will lift, things are working for you, and it's kind of like our experiences with money are a major learning experience about people and life, so take it as, take it as a life lesson that has nothing to do with you, or, what you deserve, or the law of attraction. That doesn't apply when it comes to the collective life force. That people do what they want, and so all you can do is maintain your happiness and your peace and your faith, and have your frame of reference, and do everything you can to do you want to do to live this life path, and live for yourself and for other people at the same time. You want to be strong in what you have in your life, and what you are here to do in your life, so and I know, especially when it comes to abundance and prosperity and money, we always need to have that we need to cut our losses a lot of the time. We need to have our forgiveness and our protection. So I think the sooner we can get rid of all of our anger, and really accept who people are, and protect ourselves, and separate from everything that's a drain, we get that life path, and we get out of prison, and the universe is saying that it's working for us, for kind of coming out of a situation that we might be victim to, and like I always say, there are definitely victims in this world that are not to blame. They're not at fault, but that's just the way the world is. Life is not always serving everybody, so it just happens. There's a lot of people who lose that shouldn't be. They should be gaining. They should be receiving their due respect and their due rights. So anyway, this reading looks promising for prosperity and abundance. It's kind of pointing out maybe ways that we are in lack, or something that we need to understand to cut our losses, and to step up into our empowerment for our own life. And we have the nature spirits and the universe, the energies of the universe, really. I mean, of the energies of nature, and the synchronicities and timing and all that stuff working for us. And our Tika Waindata is about focusing on keeping yourself okay, and taking care of yourself, and having that faith, and having that focus, having that frame of reference to stay hopeful, and look for your next move into a better situation. So anyway, I hope everyone got what they needed out of this today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.